The soft-minded man always fears change. He feels security in the status quo, and he has an almost morbid fear of the new. For him, the greatest pain is the pain of a new idea. We cannot walk alone. I am not interested in power for power's sake, but I'm interested in power that is moral, that is right, and that is good. He who passively accepts evil is as much involved in it as he who helps to perpetrate it. He who accepts evil without protesting against it is really cooperating with it. Human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step toward the goal of justice requires sacrifice, suffering, and struggle. The tireless exertions and passionate concern of dedicated individuals. People fail to get along because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because they have not communicated with each other. I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless midnight of racism and war that the bright daybreak of peace and brotherhood can never become a reality. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word. We will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Law and order exist for the purpose of establishing justice, and when they fail in this purpose they become the dangerously structured dams that block the flow of social progress. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Capitalism does not permit an even flow of economic resources. With this system, a small privileged few are rich beyond conscience, and almost all others are doomed to be poor at some level. That's the way the system works. And since we know that the system will not change the rules, we are going to have to change the system. Our scientific power has outrun our spiritual power. We have guided missiles and misguided men. We must come to see that the end we seek is a society at peace with itself, a society that can live with its conscience. I have a dream that one day little black boys and girls will be holding hands with little white boys and girls. What is wrong in the world today is that the nations of the world are engaged in a bitter, colossal contest for supremacy. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. History will have to record that the greatest tragedy of this period of social transition was not the strident clamor of the bad people, but the appalling silence of the good people. A nation or civilization that continues to produce soft-minded men purchases its own spiritual death on the installment plan. The more there are riots, the more repressive action will take place, and the more we face the danger of a right-wing takeover and eventually a fascist society. No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters, and righteousness like a mighty stream. The hope of a secure and livable world lies with disciplined nonconformists who are dedicated to justice, peace and brotherhood. The moral arc of the universe bends at the elbow of justice. It may be true that the law cannot make a man love me, but it can keep him from lynching me. And I think that's pretty important.